Hey friends, in this video we are going to be comparing and contrasting and making connections to the text. So the text that we are going to read, before we get started with anything, please make sure you have a blank piece of paper and a pencil. So the text we are going to read today is called Zooborns, Zoo Babies from Around the World. And it's written by Andrew Blyman and Chris Eastland. Now this story is an informational text. And an informational text gives facts and information about real people, animals, or events. And they often have photographs. So we can look at the title of this story, the subtitle of this story, Zoo Babies from Around the World. And we can look at the picture, which looks like a picture of a tiger. And we can figure out that this is going to tell us all about animals that we may see in the zoo. Particularly babies that we may see in the zoo. Baby animals that we may see in the zoo. Now, when we read our sentences, we always have to keep in mind that each sentence begins with a capital letter and it tells us a complete thought. And the end of a sentence always has some sort of punctuation mark, such as a period, an exclamation point, or a question mark. So I can see here that the first sentence has two words. Hello there. Then a new sentence begins. Let's get started. Hello there. I'm Biko, and I'm an Asian elephant. When I grow up, I'll be one of the largest animals in all the land. But these days, I'm happiest rolling around with my big blue ball. They call me radar ears, and I'm a fennec fox. My big ears help me hear yummy insects crawling across the sand. Listen! Did you hear that? Did you hear anything? I didn't hear anything either. I think that might be because his ears are super duper big. Now, I'm sure you're wondering, Mr. Kerte, what is compare and contrast? You didn't tell me. That, I will tell you right now. When we compare and contrast, we are looking at the ways in which something is the same, which two things are the same, compare, and when we contrast, we are looking at the ways in which two things are different. So when we compare, we're looking at how some things are the same, and when we contrast, we're looking at how some things are different. And so we can do that just using the first two pages that we already read. If we look at our friend Radar Ears here, and we then look back at our friend Biko, what is something that you see that is the same about these two animals? What is the same? I think that it's really interesting because we can see that a baby elephant has really big ears. And then when we look at a fennec fox, they also have big ears too. So that's something that we could compare. They both have big ears. Now let's contrast these two animals. How are they different? Pause this video and talk about how these two animals are different. How is the elephant different from the fennec fox? One difference that I see is that the fennec fox, our friend Radar Ears, has a small nose But our friend Biko has a very, very long nose. So while Radar Ear's nose is small, Biko's nose is long. Let's keep going through the story. My name is Minari, and I'm a Sumatran orangutan. Check out my bright orange mop top. There is no such thing as a bad hair day for me. So one thing I immediately see, one thing I notice right away is that this orangutan has bright orange hair. That is different from our fennec fox friend. He only had white fur. Interesting. Hello, I'm Hoover, and I'm a tawny frogmouth. They call me a frogmouth because of my beak. I can open it really wide. Calling all bugs. It's dinner time. Wait a second. It says, hello, I'm Hoover, and I'm a tawny frogmouth. But I don't see a frog here. Let's reread so that I can understand. They call me a frogmouth because of my beak. I can open it really wide. Oh, so even though this clearly is not a frog, they call a tawny frogmouth a frogmouth because its beak can open really, really wide. Okay, now that I've reread the sentence, it makes sense. So, let's keep going. I'm Kai, and I'm a spotted hyena. Don't be fooled by my puppy dog good looks. We hyenas are more related to cats than to dogs. My mom says I'm perfect. My name is Amani, and I'm an aardvark. One day I'll grow into all this extra skin, but for now, I think wrinkles rule. Don't you? What do you think? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Do you think wrinkles rule? I don't think that they rule. But I think he may think that they look good, but if you think that they rule, then that's okay. Your opinion matters too. I'm Miracle Kitten, and I'm an ocelot. My teeth are starting to come in. Want to see? Ah! Hi, I'm Hassani. I'm a gorilla, and my name means handsome in Swahili. The zookeepers say my name suits me well. I think so too. How? I have a question for my friends, and we can pause this to answer this question. How is the baby gorilla the same as the baby orangutan? And how is it different? Let's see. Let's go back to page 8. And we can see what the baby orangutan looks like. Now let's go back up to page 18. And we can see what the gorilla looks like. What is the same about these two animals? What's different? Let's keep going. Kali and Durga here. We're Bengal tiger twins. We look so much alike, sometimes people can't tell us apart. But we bet you can. I don't know if I could tell them apart. They call me Ruby, and I'm a kangaroo. What's a gal to do when her fur hasn't grown in yet? Snuggle into this warm and fuzzy blankie, that's what. I have a question for my friends. If we look at the picture on page 23, how does this picture help us understand why Ruby, the kangaroo, needs a blanket? What does the picture show us? Pause this video and talk about it. Let's keep going. I'm Tahina, and I'm a crowned sifaka. When I was born, my mom couldn't take care of me. So for now, the zookeepers do. They gave me this big teddy bear. So cuddly. How is this animal's fur like a crown? Pause this video and answer that. I have another question. How is this fur different from a crown? How is it different? Pause this video and answer that question. How is it different? Let's keep moving. My name is Monifa, and I'm a pygmy hippo. We pygmies are the smallest hippos around. But even though I'll always be little, I still have to eat these leafy greens so I'll grow up strong. Good day. I'm Matari, a wombat. I come from Australia, where I love to dig in the dirt. Check out the built-in shovels on my paws. Now wait a second here. I have a question for my friends. If we flip back for a second. Let's go back to page 4. My question is, how is the wombat, and this is our friend Matari the wombat. How is the wombat like the fennec fox? How is the wombat like the fennec fox? So here we have the fennec fox, and here we have the wombat. What is the same between the wombat and the fennec fox? Here we have our fennec fox, and here we have our wombat. How are they different? How is a wombat different from a fennec fox? Here's our fennec fox, and here's our wombat. Let's keep going. What do you get when you add a zebra's legs to a giraffe's body and then throw in a long blue tongue? Me! My name is Kalispell, and I'm an okapi. Is this baby animal a zebra? No. Is it a giraffe? No. Let's reread to find out what animal this is. What do you get when you add a zebra's legs to a giraffe's body and then throw in a long blue tongue? Me! My name is Kalispell, and I'm an okapi. Oh, so this is an okapi. That is an interesting name for this animal. Okapi. Can you say that with me? Okapi. Very good. Let's keep going. And I'm Bella, a beluga whale. As I get older, I'll turn all white, like my mom and dad. But you know what will never change? My smile. The end. So now, I want you to grab your pencil and your piece of paper. And I have my paper over here, and I'm going to keep the book up because we're going to need the book. But on my paper, first things first, I'm going to take my paper and I'm going to turn it sideways. Bam. Just like this. I want my paper to look just like this. So now that we have turned our paper sideways, and I need you guys to turn your paper sideways, I'm going to put 2 big circles on this paper. So we're going to put 1 big circle over here. And then we're going to put another big circle on top. Just like this. Now, what we have just made is called a Venn diagram. Could you say that with me? Venn diagram. And a Venn diagram is a special type of chart or a special type of graphic organizer that helps us compare and contrast. It helps us figure out all the things that are the same, and it helps us figure out all the things that are different. So, on the left side, we are going to write the words. We are going to be comparing 2 animals. We're going to compare and contrast 2 animals. Our first animal that we're going to write down is our fennec fox. Oh man, I wrote too big. Let's make that a little smaller. Zoom in a bit. Our fennec fox. And on the other side, we are going to write wombat because we are going to compare and contrast the wombat to the fennec fox. Now, earlier in the story, we paused the video and had a short discussion on how the fennec fox and the wombat are similar, how they are the same, and how they are different. And now we're going to put that information into our Venn diagram. So the very first thing that we can do. Sorry about that, friends. So clearly we have our picture of our fennec fox. And let's write down some things that we notice about our fennec fox. One thing that I notice is that he has big ears So we're going to write big ears. And he has white fur. I'm gonna write that down to white fur. What about our friend, the wombat? Does the wombat have big ears? Let's zoom out for a second. Does our wombat friend have big ears like the fennec fox? No, I don't think so. His ears are pretty small. So we're gonna write that he has small ears. Small ears. Does the wombat have nice pure white fur like our fennec fox friend? No, he does not. He has gray fur, so we'll write that he has gray fur. What's the same about these two animals? What is the same about our wombat versus the fennec fox? What is the same? One thing that I noticed is that both the fennec fox and the wombat have little noses. So we can definitely write that down. They have little noses. Little noses. We also can see, something else that is the same. What is it? What else could be the same? Well, something that's super duper easy peasy lemon squeezy to see is that they're both babies. They're both babies, so we can put babies in the middle. And there you have it. We have done our first Venn diagram, fully comparing and contrasting two animals in this story. Now, what I want you guys to do is pick two animals of your own, and I want you to talk about the ways that those two animals are the same and the ways that those two animals are different. Have fun.